Let me open with a harsh, uncomfortable truth that most men are neither emotionally nor mentally ready to accept. And honestly, many never will be, because it completely destroys the fairy tale idea of love they've been fed since childhood. Women do not care how much you sacrifice for them. They don't care about the nights you stayed awake listening to their problems, the bills you covered, the dreams you delayed, the emotional energy you poured in, or how often you put their needs before your own. They don't remain loyal simply because you treated them like royalty. That's not how female loyalty actually works in the real world. And here's the part that hurts the most. The harder you try to earn loyalty through non-stop giving, constant availability, and self-sacrifice, the faster you usually destroy it. You accelerate the very outcome you're trying to avoid. Tonight, I'm going to break this down layer by layer, step by step, with brutal honesty. Because once you truly understand this, relationships will stop confusing you, stop catching you off guard, and start making sense, even when they hurt. If you're ready to face this head-on, stay with me until the end. This isn't a quick motivational talk. This is a deep dive into female psychology that most men avoid because it's raw and uncomfortable. But if you want real leverage in your relationships, you need to hear every word. Before we continue, let me pause for a quick but important message. If these videos have been hitting you hard, opening your eyes, and giving you clarity you didn't have before, and you want more of this unfiltered truth, show some support right now. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss future uploads, and hit the like button to help the algorithm push this content. And if you're able to go further, join the paid community or send stars. Every bit of support helps me keep producing content at this level without holding back. Your support directly fuels videos like this. Thank you in advance. I genuinely appreciate every one of you who's walking this path with me. All right, let's get back into it. Let's start by exposing the biggest lie society programs into men from the very beginning. We're told again and again, be nice, be supportive, provide more, give more, sacrifice more, and she'll appreciate it. She'll stay. She'll remain loyal forever. So what do most men do? They invest everything. Their time, their energy, their attention, their money, their emotions, their future plans. For a while, it appears to work. She smiles. She says thank you. She posts happy photos. She enjoys the life you're building around her. But here's the cold reality check. Appreciation is not loyalty. Comfort is not desire. Gratitude is not devotion. And this is where so many good men get blindsided. Here's the first major psychological truth that changes everything. Women do not emotionally bond to your effort. They bond to the emotional experience you create. How she feels when she's with you. How she feels about herself in your presence. That overrides everything else. You can give her vacations, gifts, constant reassurance, endless patience. But if the emotional spark, the sense of excitement, polarity, safety, and aliveness dies, her attachment dies with it. No amount of doing can replace a dead emotional atmosphere. Let me make this painfully clear with a question most men hate answering. Have you ever seen, or worse, experienced, a guy who does almost nothing special? He doesn't buy extravagant gifts, doesn't text nonstop, doesn't bend over backward, maybe even has obvious flaws. Yet the woman stays obsessed, loyal, chasing him, defending him to her friends. Now flip it. Have you seen the man who does everything right, pays the bills, listens for hours, plans dates, apologizes first, puts her happiness before his own, only to get cheated on, ghosted, or slowly replaced? That's not random. That's not bad luck. That's not she's crazy. That's female psychology in action. Loyalty follows emotional pull, not transactional effort. Now let's get to the core truth about female loyalty, the one that separates men who understand the game from those who never do. Women are loyal to how a man makes them feel about themselves, not to his effort, his past loyalty, or his consistency as a provider. Their loyalty is emotional at its foundation, not logical or merit-based. This is where most men lose their power. They believe loyalty is earned by proving value through actions, gifts, and sacrifice. But female psychology doesn't work like a scoreboard. The moment a man starts over-giving, over-explaining, and over-apologizing to secure loyalty, he broadcasts fear. Fear of loss. Fear of abandonment. And desperation kills attraction faster than almost anything. Think about the message you send when you constantly prove your worth. I don't believe I'm enough as I am. I need to compensate with effort. I'm scared you'll leave if I stop performing. Women feel that energy even if you never say it. It shows up in your tone, your eagerness, your availability. Once they sense it, respect begins to erode. Attraction cools. Loyalty starts leaking out through cracks you don't even notice until it's gone. Let's talk about when women actually leave, because this shocks almost every man the first time he hears it. Women rarely leave because a man is bad, abusive, or obviously flawed. They leave when a man becomes emotionally weak, when he stops leading and starts reacting, when he seeks validation instead of setting boundaries, when he overexplains instead of standing firm in his frame, when he collapses emotionally under tension instead of remaining grounded. That's when loyalty begins to die, not suddenly, but quietly. I've seen this pattern repeat endlessly, in friends, in clients, and in my own past. A man starts confident, directed, self-assured. Over time, insecurity creeps in. He starts asking, "Are we okay?" After every small conflict. He apologizes for things that aren't his fault. He monitors her moods, needs constant reassurance, slowly loses his center. She pulls back, not because she's cruel or ungrateful, not because she forgot the good times, but because the emotional experience shifted from "this man elevates me" to "this man needs me to hold him up." And women are not loyal to emotional dependence. Now here's where everything flips for most men. Identity beats everything. Women are loyal to who you are at your core, not your niceness, not your effort, not your personality traits. When your identity is solid, self-respecting, purpose-driven, emotionally grounded, your actions matter far less. You can make mistakes, have off days, and still maintain loyalty because the foundation is strong. But if your identity is weak, insecure, and approval-seeking, no grand gesture will save you long-term. That's why women stay loyal to men who walk away from disrespect without begging, chasing, or emotional collapse. Those men signal unshakable internal value. Loyalty flows upward toward strength. It never flows downward toward neediness. We want to believe that pure goodness and selflessness are enough. But human psychology, especially female attraction psychology, is far more primal than that. Respect isn't built by what you give her. It's built by how well you value and protect yourself. Now let's separate attraction from obligation. A woman can feel obligated to you, grateful, comfortable, guilty about leaving after everything you've done. She can stay for years out of obligation. But obligation is not loyalty. Obligation feels like debt. She's keeping mental score, weighing guilt against dissatisfaction. True loyalty feels like devotion, and devotion grows only from respect. Women are also loyal to momentum. When you're progressing, building, challenging yourself, she feels pulled into your frame. When you stagnate, get comfortable, stop growing, she emotionally detaches. It doesn't matter who you were years ago. Female attraction is brutally present-focused. Who you are now outweighs who you used to be. Stagnation kills more relationships than arguments, distance, or even betrayal. Think about how many relationships end with, "I just don't feel the same anymore." How often did the man stop evolving? He got complacent, stopped improving physically, mentally, financially. The woman who once admired him began seeing him as safe but uninspiring. The spark died not because of betrayal, but because growth stopped. Another critical truth: women are loyal to how a man handles loss and adversity. When tension rises and uncertainty appears, does he stay grounded or fall apart? A man who can say, "I care deeply, but I won't beg, chase, or abandon my self-respect," becomes unforgettable. Emotional mastery is rare. Most men panic, react, or try to control through fear. Calm strength in the face of loss is magnetic. Women test men emotionally, often unconsciously. They pull back, go cold, create space, not always to leave, but to see who you are when reassurance isn't guaranteed. Chase and you fail. Over-explain and you fail. Panic and double-text and you fail. But remain centered, present, and non-reactive, and respect deepens. Let's be clear about what women are not loyal to: over-availability, emotional dependency, chronic people-pleasing, and self-sacrifice without boundaries. These feel safe short-term, but safety without attraction breeds indifference. And indifference quietly kills relationships. Good men lose great women by having no independent life, no strong opinions, no center. What that signals is a lack of self. There's nothing solid to attach loyalty to. Here's the confusion most men carry. They mix love and loyalty. Love is emotional, it fluctuates. Loyalty is respect-based, it's structural. A woman can fall out of love temporarily and stay if respect remains. She can love you deeply and still leave if respect disappears. Love moves. Respect anchors. So what are women truly loyal to? Emotional strength, self-respect, direction, identity, and above all, how they feel in your presence. Not what you do for them. This is why silence can be more powerful than endless talking. Why walking away creates more pull than chasing. Why restraint beats emotional dumping. Restraint signals power, and power attracts loyalty. This isn't about being cold or manipulative. It's about self-containment. A man who doesn't leak his value forces others to feel it naturally. Real strength isn't domination. It's knowing your worth so deeply you don't seek validation constantly. It's loving without needing completion. It's enforcing boundaries even when it hurts. When you stop trying to earn loyalty and start embodying value, everything shifts. She listens differently, respects you more, feels more alive around you. Loyalty stops being forced and becomes natural. If you've ever wondered why being too good backfired, why giving more made her pull away, why kindness led to rejection or betrayal, now you know. It was never about effort. It was about identity. Shrinking instead of expanding, stagnating instead of evolving. Female psychology responds to growth, challenge, and polarity. The man who keeps leveling up stays magnetic. The man who gets comfortable becomes invisible, no matter how nice he is. The final truth, female loyalty isn't fair. It isn't moral. It isn't based on who deserves what. It's rooted in primal psychology beneath conscious awareness. You can deny it, resent it, or accept it and build stronger, more honest relationships. Denying reality won't protect you. It will only keep you confused and hurt. Women are loyal to strength, not sacrifice. To presence, not performance. To who you are, not what you do. Master this, and loyalty becomes natural. Ignore it, and confusion follows. If this video gave you clarity or a necessary wake-up call, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this with any brother who needs to hear it. Check the playlist for more deep dives into psychology, relationships, and masculinity. The world won't teach you this, but you deserve to know it. Thanks for watching all the way through. I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong.